Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
All you got to do is just dream it, and it will become your reality. Many, many, many believe that. There's been proof in their lives of how this actually works. I'm talking about manifesting what you want in life. The thoughts turn into your world, your actions. But to get that done, you have to be very intentional about what you're manifesting. And we're going to peel all those layers back today with a gentleman that helps a lot of people with their intentions, moving their life forward. He coaches all different types, individuals, C-suite executives, owners of businesses. Doesn't matter who you are. You got dreams, you got hopes, you want to manifest. That's just a part of what he offers as the man behind Masternomics. And he's Martin Glin. He's back with us. Hey, Martin, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing well, feeling good, ready to run my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm waiting to listen because got to be honest, I've done the manifesting thing.
Yeah.
I feel like my manifesting car has almost run out of gas because I haven't gotten to the destination. And I'm at the point where I was like, oh, I got to stop at the gas station and more to keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I'm losing some momentum on that. And I'm wondering, things haven't shown up. Again, it's on
Right.
universe time.
Yeah.
Gotta be patient.
Yes.
I think they should have shown up by now. So yeah, that's just me, but maybe it's the intention I'm putting into it. So let's start there. Intention connected to manifestation. How do
Yeah.
you describe?
Well, what you just described yourself is what most people go through, to be honest. And so, intentional manifestation is very unique in the aspect of we're a manifestation being. So our life is what we've manifested. So we're constantly manifesting. But to intentionally manifest is to know exactly what you want and what you intend to do and how that's going to look for you. So intentionality deals with exact and definitely what you want. So the universe deals with definite commands. What I mean by that, the universe is indifferent when it comes to manifestation. It doesn't matter, if a person is technically good, bad, rich, poor. Whatever you apply to it, you will become, and it will come back to you. You'll attract it. So when we're talking about intentional manifestation, the key is to know exactly what you want, right? And so there's steps in that. The first step is your thoughts. Okay, so we understand that the most powerful thing in the universe is thought, and everything is energy. So your thoughts are real because they are real energy. Everything in the universe is moving, everything vibrates. So there's nothing still. So there's something always in motion, right? So our thoughts are in motion. So every thought we have, it's moving. So the thoughts that you have, so if you intentionally, and we have to pick something, right? So if you intentionally want a new house, okay, the thought comes, right? But how do you turn the thought into a thing? That's manifestation. So understanding that the thoughts are moving. So then that thought has to move from just a spiritual thought. And then what happens inside of us, we get a visual image. So the thing about us as humans, when we think and when we see in pictures. So no matter what I was to say right now, if I say your first car, you're going to get a picture of that car,
Sure.
Right? And if it's deeper than memory, you're formulating, right? If I say, a president that you've heard the name before, your mind, it has to have an image, okay? Because we are spiritual, but we are in a physical body, right? And the physical parts of us are connected to the spiritual. So therefore, we have to have an image. So your thoughts have to go to an image. In this case, if we're talking about a new house, right? You have the thought of, first the thought came, then feelings come, then you get an image. So once you have that image, what happens is you can see it. So now you have something visual. Well, manifestation is a process. So the key word, if you look at the word manifest and then manifestation, that ION, means movement, right? So in order to make something happen, things have to always be moving because things are always moving. Nothing is still.
Yeah, well, okay. So your point, never even thought of this, Martin. Light bulbs going off. Manifestation, if we look at that ending part,
Yeah.
stationary is things that
Yeah.
don't move. So the
Yes.
station is the stuff that is moving, and
Mhm.
that's the vibration. And it's like you said,
Right.
it's always evolving.
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So it all deals with movement. So now once you have that visual, right, then you start a process. These steps are processes. Process denotes time. It takes time. For anything that's worth anything, a healthy baby, it takes 9 months, right? The human body is, ooh, it's tremendous, it's magnificent, it's beautiful, everything that it can do. And most people don't even know the power of the human body. But it took time to create you. So your idea, your thought, what you are intentionally trying to manifest is your baby. So it must be
Mhm.
cultivated, right? Over a period of time. So now that we're on the visual part, the process of visualization is a step in manifestation. So you're visualizing something. So you see this new house or this new job or this new position or this new business. You see it. You have to have a physical example of what you see. Because when we see in pictures. So if it's a house, you got to get a visual of the house. I mean, you're going to look at mansions, this and that, square footage. If it's a company, you got to get a visual of a company, right? Now, it can be based off of, whoever's company, one of your mentors, but your company has to be out of your head. So, but now you have a picture. And so that's why, you're familiar with vision boards. That's why people have vision boards. The vision aspect is for you to channel your energy to something physical, but you have to have a vision. So the thing about visions is the first sight, because when we're talking about vision, we're talking about seeing something. The first sight is actually internal. If you close your eyes right now, right, and I say, uh, President, whoever, your eyes are closed, but you're going to see a picture of a president, right? If I was to name it.
I have a placeholder in my mind right now to plug in, and you didn't mention the president's name, but I threw one in there.
Yeah,
Obama. I threw Obama. All right,
yeah,
just random. That's random.
right.
And I wanted to fill the spot,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
got a right away visual.
And that's what happens. Now the thing about our visuals and our thoughts, what we see is what we care about most. So, if I'm talking to someone and it's a religious perspective, I say Jesus, you close your eyes and you're going to get a picture of the picture that you grew up or seen as Jesus, right? So we see with the mind first. So there's two creations, internal and external. So first we have to have the internal creation. You can't do anything intentionally if you don't see it inside your head. And that's why in leadership, when you're leading people, you have to give them the vision and tell them what you see, because only you can see it. But then I tell you what I see, and then I give you an image and you hold on to that image and then it starts to move. So in manifestation, you have to have visualization. Visualization, that ION, visualization, that's movement. It's a process. It's over a period of time. So it's something you have to do continual. So if you have a vision board, you have to look at it daily,
Mm.
right? Because you have to send that energy and that feeling to your senses daily, every day, right? And what it's going to start doing, the motion, it starts to take action. Okay. So the visualization is a process. But now,
Question on the vision board. Question on the
yeah,
vision board. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being if you want to manifest that, you need a vision board. Hands
yeah,
down, that's it, done deal. Scale of 1 to 10. What would you say?
yes, yeah, definitely. And you really need more than okay. So how potent, and when people, we always want to manifest, we want it fast. That means you got to put more time in on it. Okay. It's just like this. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, right? What separates those great players from, the players that were good, right? But they might not be in the Hall of Fame, but they had nice careers. was the time that they put in what they wanted to manifest, right? So you have to do it over a period of time. So you can have a vision board, but guess what you can also have? You can have vision cards. You can have something hanging in your dashboard that you see, that the same image of whatever the house or the car that you're trying to manifest. The more you see it, what happens? Your energy goes towards it, right? Your attention goes. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And where that goes, it comes back to you. So you definitely need visionary items. The board is something that most people start off with. But the more you see it, right, the more your attention is going and the more you're focusing on it, and that process of visualization happens. Now, the next step after your visualization, right, is something that most people have the problem with, and that's concentration, focus. Because once you know what you want, right, once you have a picture of it, right, you have to concentrate on it, meaning you have to focus on it. Not just, and this is what people do. They have a vision board and they'll look at it. They'll wake up, look at it, 10 seconds. Oh, yeah, nice car. That's the car I want. And then they go on with their day. So when you have more than one vision board, or you have a vision item, right? Or now the vision is in your head. So you might be sitting in the office with no picture, but your picture is really in your head. So when you focus your attention and concentrate on it over a period of time, that process of manifestation starts to take form. So what you're manifesting that started off as a thought in the spiritual realm, in the mental realm, that only Steve and Martin know inside our head, now it starts to harden. That hardening, we call it physical. So once you concentrate on something, just means to focus. Over a period of time, it starts to move towards you, and we call that attraction. You know, that would be the law of attraction. All of these laws that people talk about, they all come from the primary law, which is the law of vibration, right? Everything is moving, everything's in movement, right? So now once you concentrate, you start that process of that law, the attracting, because you're putting so much energy on what you intentionally are manifesting. The key word is intentional, because it's based off of you, what you want, and how you feel about it.
Would you say the intention is the idea, and then you need to add to that the action? Because you can have the intention. I'm going to put the intention in. I'm going to intentionally manifest that car. I'm thinking about it. That's my intention. I'm putting the intention in, but it's going to fall short unless I take a step, the action. And that, what would that be? I'm going to do a vision board. I'm going to think about it every day. I'm going to even just dream I'm sitting in that car. My car is 15 years old, but I'm sitting in that brand new sports car. I can smell the leather.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm driving right now.
Right.
I open up the windows. Wow, this feels good. I had just waited for somebody. They like my car. Hey, how you doing? Put on some music, whatever. But that's the action. The intention is thinking it, but you have to take it steps further.
Right. That's true. And attached to that, there has to be a why you're doing it. See, the thing is, with intentional, there must be a why. So why did I intend to do this? Right.
By the way, I'm taking notes. I have to write the why down, because I think key tip right there from Martin.
Yeah. So, with intention, there must be a why, because the difference with intentional and just manifestation, there's no why. Right. So I'm gonna give you a good case in point. When someone says, I want to make more money in my company. And I say, okay, so you're obviously making money. Why do you want to make more money? And they might look at me crazy. Right? Well, there has to be an answer, right? Well, I want to hire more people. I want more employees, or I want to go on more vacations. The why is why you intended to do it. Okay. That why has to be very big for your energy to flow towards it. Okay. So, and someone says, well, I want a new house. Well, no, they say, I want more money. And I say, why do you want more money? Well, I want a new house. And I say, well, how much money do you make? I make X amount of dollars. Well, you can get a new house with that amount of money, right? So what is the intention, right, of why you're doing something is going to propel you to manifest it faster. Why did it is the why that I need to provide better, food for my kids or whatever. The why has to be big to help you move intentionally.
So on the why, two questions. Does it matter what the why is, or does the why have to have a connection to the greater good? It has to be a positive connection, or it doesn't matter.
It does not matter. And that's what most people wrestle with, to be honest. Right. That the universe is indifferent. What I mean by the indifferent, what I mean is when we're saying purpose is based on Steve, it's based on Martin. It's your own subjective reality that you create inside. And so the universe only responds to definite commands, definiteness of purpose. It's just like poison ivy. Poison ivy is a plant that grows out of the ground. If you go touch it, you're going to be itching, right? So most people, we would say, I don't like poison ivy, right? But if you plant it in the ground and the sun hits it and you put enough sun and you put enough water, it's going to grow, right? If you plant potatoes, which we eat, or rice or whatever, and you put it in the ground and it grows, you're going to eat it. So, right, the why or the intention is based on you, but the formula is the same, right? And it's why, I remember when I was first studying, and I would say, it's my perception. Why do bad people get all the money? They're bad. Well, you're okay. Well, that's a perception idea of good, bad. But the reality is they follow a formula, right? And success is based on you as an individual. So your intentions are based on your intentions.
And I just quickly Googled this. You mentioned poison ivy, and we all say, poison ivy. What's purpose? What's the purpose? Yeah. We don't see what the purpose is, but it provides a important part of our ecosystem by providing food for many animals. So we may not see its purpose because it doesn't serve us.
Right. That's right.
But there's a reason it exists.
Thank you.
So question.
Yeah.
The why. Sports car. Can't afford it. Really want it. What could a why be? And I just give examples, hypothetical. What could somebody's why be of? And we might have some, but I want to hear it from you.
Example, like sports car. Their why could be they want that feeling before they die. It's their dream, right? They need that to be fulfilling to them. And if it is that important that they are willing to sacrifice, right, then it's a worthy idea. It's not worthy if you're not willing to sacrifice. It's not worthy, and you're not going to manifest it, right? So the definition of success is the progressive realization of a worthy idea. So in order to be successful in manifesting that sports car, you got to be willing to sacrifice. Now you might right now look at it and say, my finances, I can't afford it, right? But guess what? There's more than one ways to get a sports car outside of buying it. And then that sounds crazy. So, well, how else are you going to get it? I mean, Google ways to get a sports car. I mean, somebody, you might get a grant for it. There might be something. There's different ways to get the things that we want. And that's another problem that we have. We try to base things off of our knowledge right now, and we plan it out. We think we're doing it so well, but what we have to do is focus on what we want and let the universe take action.
To your point, sports car. Okay. What do I got here? I got to work hard, make money to get sports car. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I got to do it. I want it. But if you open that up and just say, I'm getting a sports car.
Right.
I'm not worried about how it's coming. It's going to happen. You may win a sports car.
Yes, exactly.
Never even thought of it. Exactly. All right. I want to turn this around a minute.
Yeah.
When challenging things present themselves, let's say it's a not favorable medical diagnosis or a divorce hits or something that's negative.
Yeah.
Is it possible that an individual manifested that and didn't realize it? Because we'll say, why did that happen to me?
Mhm.
And I'm not saying, well, it's your fault, but in some situations, could you have been thinking of it, low level, subconscious, just popping in your head here and there and there, and then all of a sudden it takes place?
Mhm.
Is that possible?
100%. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. Our thoughts are that powerful.
Mm,
Definitely
mm,
something with, like a unfortunate divorce. Of course, you played a part in it, right? And the reality is most people, and if you ever been through a divorce, and I've been through a divorce,
same.
right? At first, it's like, this person, I did everything right. But what happens once it's done, you have to self-reflect. And then you realize, wait a minute, we started off like this. How did we get there? And once you start self-reflecting and self-analyzing, you start to think of what you were not doing, right? And so you have to have ownership. There's power in the ownership, right? Divorces fail because of two people. Two people stop communicating or don't agree. So yes, you played a big part in it. The beautiful thing about divorce is there's more men, women on the planet. Whoever you want to marry, right? There's more. You
Mm,
see what I'm saying? So that is not your end, and that's the mistake that we as humans make. We start to live in that reality. That becomes our reality, that bad situation, and we dwell there too long, and we
yeah.
get more of that what we
Yeah.
don't want.
And when you come from a place of lack, you're
Mhm.
derailing the manifestation process. For
Right,
example, I need more money. I'm going to manifest it. And then you have those moments where you crumble and you say, I'm never going to have enough money. I'm
right,
never going to have enough. You're coming from a place of negativity and lack.
yeah,
And this is coming up for me because you mentioned the divorce thing.
mhm,
And yes, it does take two.
yeah,
And you could be in that situation where you're like, why is, that was my, dream person. Why is it going to have, I'll never find another one like that again.
yeah,
Stop.
right,
Because you
right,
will,
right,
because the universe is huge. There are
right,
billions of people on the planet.
right,
Um,
right.
that
And
one didn't work.
Right. And you could be more intentional with what you want. Be more intentional. Most divorces fail. We weren't really intentional. We had a concept, someone else's concept, but we didn't have the vision. We
Mm,
didn't have it planned out. We didn't have the why I wanted. And when you're not intentional about things, they usually start to crumble. Right. And now health goes right in. The question about the health is the same exact thing. Yes, I'm not saying that things don't happen to us health wise, but what do we as people do to take care of our health on a daily basis, right? So what
intentionally.
intentionally, and that's the thing. And most of us, we might say, well, I don't like the way this tastes, but I know I need, once you've been diagnosed with something and they say, well, you need to eat beets if you don't like the way beets taste, right? Well, now we're saying, what is the why? What is more important? You being here longer to be for your family, friends, whatever, your business, da da da, or the taste of the beet, eating beets, you don't like it, right? So now, do you see what I'm saying? What are
Totally.
you willing to sacrifice for what you want to manifest?
Mm, great talking about this today. It's everything. That's
Yeah,
awesome. Martin,
yeah,
how do we find you? Somebody maybe needs some coaching
yeah.
or walking the manifestation journey. How do we find you?
Hey, Masternomics on all platforms. Email me directly, masternomics1@gmail.com. And you can get direct access to me. I still do some personal coaching, but not much. But on YouTube, watch our videos, like, subscribe, share, all social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Masternomics. So yeah, just support the movement. Take this information and pay it forward. That's what you.
100%. And I am, because I took very descriptive notes right there. I'm not even kidding. I am going to share that
Yes.
with others that align with me in terms of manifestation. Great stuff today. Thanks for everything, Martin.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.